Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Art of the Oracle. So if you caught the reading yesterday, I had brought out Crow Tarot because I had an encounter with a bird, a crow. And then, which was really great reading. So if you missed it, go back and check that one out. And so last night I dreamt of Crow, and it was really interesting. So I'm staying with Crow because I felt like the message yesterday was really important, letting us know that success is, we have a choice point right now, like we're in that right now, and that success is guaranteed. So we can't do this wrong. Although the dream that I had last night showed some adversity, right? And so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, is what I'd like for interpretation in that dream as it pertains to the collective energy for all of you today. And so let's take a look and see what we have. I always clear the space. I use selenite to clear the cards as well. And then I ask for the highest good for all with my angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. And then I always say lovers of light and keepers of faith, because I believe that the light within us shines through our heart. And so that's part of the lovers of light, is that we literally radiate more light when we love. And faith is around knowing that we can all get back into that state. So thank you so much for being here, and let's dive in. I'm feeling the need for a shuffle. Like, I'm a Gemini, so coming into my time right now in May, and I feel the need for air around something. And so if you're new to my channel, I really, I work very intuitively as an energy healing and therapies. And I have started receiving information, channeled information, and light language. Interestingly, this is all relatively new to me. I was unaware these things even existed on the level they do, but they do. And I'm very happy to be a part of them, as well as to be able to interpret the cards. Now, the cards is something that I have had in my world for a very long time. And I just have, in the last probably 5+ years, started receiving many gifts of cards. So the more cards, okay, so the Chariot. The Chariot is a major arcana card, as you know, and it means something is coming in, like something is moving forward. As you can see here, this feels like a very successful time, like I had mentioned here with this. This was something back, I think in the Roman days, that they put to show success, right? And so in a lot of the tarot cards, when they're lucky cards, they show success as well. And so I love that that is here. Now, there's a crescent moon, which is the phase that we are literally in right now. We just finished the new moon, and we're, leaving that phase. I think they call it waning. And as you can see down here, it looks like lightning is below and above the clouds. So I feel like all that information is being shared with us to tell us that we have risen above some sort of choice that we have made, and the, difficulties are leaving quickly. So, which is beautiful, because in the dream I had last night, I was, wanting to help Crow. Okay. So so there we go. So this is what we're leaving, some adversity. But the Six of Swords is about adversity. It's about communication. And sometimes communication cannot come out the way you want it to. And I know that there have been power outages, and people are talking about more power outages possibly, but it's something around communication and it not coming through the way you wanted it to. Whether you had time with somebody and it just didn't go the way you wanted it to go, or something like that. That's what it's feeling like. But it could mean that we're moving quickly, and we need to pay attention to our communication and the words that we say, because there could be some misinformation, miscommunication. Don't jump to assume that you understand what's going on. This could also mean, again, both of these birds are flying, and that it's moving away from this, like, situation or the information moving away into something with a little bit more clarity, okay? And wow, okay, so the cards are really showing themselves. And this is the King of Pentacles. So when you're wanting to have the money that you need to move forward, or when you're wanting more stability or more access to things that just feel more tangible and grounded, this is the card that you want to have come up. And interestingly, like yesterday was all in pairs. And we started off with the 2, and then we had, you know, a pair, and then we had another pair, and so we have a pair today. And yesterday was a lot of masculine energy, and this is a lot of masculine energy. And so we have the King of Pentacles. Now, we also have the King of Wands. So these 2 cards together are showcasing that there is some power being wielded here. And I could read this in many different ways, but because this 6 is right in front of these 2 kings, is that what the interpretation that I'm getting from this is that things are moving very quickly right now. And its success is guaranteed. Like, we have done some work around wherever it is we are, and we have risen to a place, and I don't mean in a hierarchical way, just that we have more awareness of something and more realization of something. So we are guaranteed through this time, there's something coming in, I feel like within the next week, because that's while we're still in this crescent phase, that is going to successfully take us in a new direction. Now, because there's this little hiccup here in the middle where I feel like we're leaving some things, or either we will experience some things that are, a lot of times this is, you know, negative, meaning that somebody said something and they felt like they won the battle, right? And you know, they've got all the swords. And then we're going into all this masculine energy, right? And the masculine energy has one way to think, right? And it is success and, you know, power and abundance and lots of things. Like, these guys are very abundant. It's very, very abundant. Now, we could look like, if we removed this, we're moving very quickly into success and passion and things that really light us up. And we're going to be in a lot of power that shares, you know, the wealth and the abundance and the creativity. And we're moving successfully into that after, you know, leaving some lessons behind. In the middle of where we're going, we have this like energy, and this is a minor influence because it's a lower card, but there is a little bit of an influence, like as some sort of communication is like, it's not exactly what we think it's going to be. Like, there's something in the middle of all this, which is minor, which isn't going to last very long, but it's bringing in a little bit of misinformation. So be aware of the words that you say, be aware of what you're paying attention to, because success is guaranteed, but you could get detoured, sidetracked on some level. You could get caught up in something that maybe you don't want to get caught up in, that can take you or lessen the effects of where you've been going and the energy putting forward. It could also mean that for a time that communication is not going to be very easy, or it's not going to be what we expected it to be, or we're going to hear things that are untrue, right? And nonetheless, we are still going in a really beautiful area. So I got this beautiful stone yesterday at a friend of mine's shop, and I love it. Like, it's bringing in communication, which is exactly what we need. Is don't get caught up in this old communication that feels like in some way it's misleading. So, right, because there's a lot of bird feathers, meaning that, you know, you lose, like there was a battle on some level, literally, of words, and somebody lost some, you know. And so that is part of this situation, but it's a very minor part. But I just don't want you to get caught up in it if you don't have to. So if you're aware of it, then you can watch from above and from the seat of power and not need to get in the middle of things like that. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you will be back tomorrow for our final reading, I think I'll be doing a 3-card pick-a-card reading for this weekend. So thank you again for being here. And until then, have an amazing day. Bye now.